Good morning, everyone. Today, I guess I decided that I would talk about making a change. I've mentioned that a few times, that this journey requires you to kind of evaluate, learn, judge, and make changes. And I thought I would share something from earlier this year. Like I've mentioned before, I'm 4 years out, 150, about 150 down. I've lost 32 during COVID, but what had happened is at the time COVID started, the reason I changed my journey is that I noticed a lot of people gaining weight, and that scared me. I didn't want to be the one to gain weight also. Ironically, just before COVID really hit, there was a sale on Premier Protein, and I had become almost, I had a habit and maybe an addiction to Premier Protein because it worked. Right after surgery, it was something that was recommended, and it worked. And I bought like 12 cases of the stuff in January. Well, not thinking about it, 4 years out, I wasn't losing weight, and I didn't want to change what I had been doing because I was afraid that it would break everything. But what I didn't recognize is my weight loss had already stalled, so it was time to make changes. My nutritionist once said no more than one shake a day. They did really want you to get onto real foods. But we all became so obsessed with Premier Protein that we didn't want to let it go. And a lot of doctors actually encourage you to continue with it long term. Well, when I joined Dr. V's challenge, we started talking about, do I want to live on these shakes for the rest of my life, or do I want to learn to eat real food? And I actually got rid of all those Premier Proteins because, let's be honest, my little chocolate Premier Protein got to be joined with PB2, and oh wow, protein on top of protein. This is awesome. I love it. Yeah, more calories, more processed foods, and my weight loss had completely stalled for probably about 2 years. The best gift I gave myself is when I joined the Dr. V challenge and I started making changes. And one of the big changes was at this point, and again, follow your doctor's orders, I'm 4 years out. Somebody fresh off the table really needs to be following up with your doctor and doing what they say. 4 years out, I don't need those shakes anymore, and I don't have them. I gave them away because they weren't helping me, they were hurting me. So at this point in time, my small change was to get rid of the Premier Protein. I think we become dependent on things that were working for a while, and we're afraid to make that change. And then it built. Okay, I can take my chocolate, I can add my PB2, I can add, I kept, the running joke in my family is my mom says, Teresa thinks if a little bit's good, a lot's better. Well, yeah, it kind of fell that way with me because, okay, Premier Protein, add PB2, this much protein, this much protein, this much protein, and I never stopped to realize it wasn't helping my weight loss. So think about your protein. Are you taking too much of it? How far are you out? What is your doctor advising you? What change can you make today that can maybe take you off of a stall if you're on a stall? What new thing can you do to maybe be more real foods instead of the processed foods? One thing I'll show you in a future video is my garden. I've never been a gardener until COVID, and there's nothing better than a fresh vegetable. This is just a picture of how I start my garden inside the house. This little bad boy is some lettuce, and he's kind of outgrown the start stage, so I'm going to have to put him in a pot with dirt and start some new lettuce. But that's something I learned during COVID that I absolutely love. So in a future video, I'll kind of tell you how the gardening got started, and how this past year I actually started making my own salsas, and the growth that came with that. And there's actually kind of fun and excitement in it. So take one of those old habits today, toss it to the curb, and try something new. You might find that you absolutely love it. So jump off of the old and try something new. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, and welcome to 2021. Thanks. Bye-bye.